Hey guys, this is Neon for CLOWNFISH TV, and we've got a little bit of an update on the She-Ra situation, or rather the parent company that owns She-Ra, Mattel Toys. We did mention in the previous video that they're not doing very well. Well, it's gotten worse. Mattel is cutting more than 2,200 jobs as revenue falls for fourth straight quarter, according to the LA Times. Now, we did say before that their stock was not looking very good. They had a very small uptick in stock, but overall, Mattel has not been doing very well. And this does tie in with their plans for She-Ra, because if they're looking at She-Ra as a property that's going to help them get out of this funk, I don't think that's going to happen. So this story is coming from the LA Times, and I have to give a hat tip to Ethan Van Sciver, who I actually saw did a video on this earlier, and we were just discussing this. Geeky and I were discussing this yesterday about Mattel not doing well. So this is really interesting to see this announced today. Again, the LA Times, Mattel Inc. announced Wednesday that it is slashing more than 2,200 jobs, which the toy maker said represented 22% of its global non-manufacturing workforce. The El Segundo company disclosed the move in reporting second quarter earnings, which didn't meet analysts' expectations as revenue fell for a fourth straight quarter. The maker of the iconic Barbie doll, like industry competitors, has struggled with the demise of Toys R Us, a key retailer that has been liquidating its stores after filing for bankruptcy protection last year. Now, here's the interesting part. And here's a part that we might actually have a little bit of insight into. The job cuts began this week and are part of a $650 million cost-cutting plan announced last year. Chief Executive Ynon Kreiz said, okay, Ynon Kreiz, and I think that's how you pronounce his name, he was put in charge of Mattel a couple of months ago. Here's the thing about him. The name rings a bell for us because we used to be with another channel. We were part of Maker Studios. Maker Studios failed miserably and actually got absorbed into a larger Disney network called Disney Digital. Ynon Kreiz was, as I understand it, a pretty big factor into why Maker did not perform well, and he's apparently helping run Mattel into the ground too. And he also now, he's only been there since April, so as far as their plans for She-Ra and He-Man, I mean, that's something he probably wouldn't have had anything to do with, even if he had anything to do with it at all, because currently Super 7's making the toys. He-Man and She-Ra, it seems like the television shows anyway are being produced by DreamWorks, so it may be something that Mattel, really doesn't have any interest in, except they're shopping around the idea of doing these toys at San Diego Comic-Con. As Geeky pointed out in previous video, they are asking people what they think about the new 12-inch She-Ra dolls that they had on display, as to whether or not they should produce them. The fact that they're laying off 2,200 people might not be a good sign. The fact that the general public is not reacting well to what they've seen of the new She-Ra animated reboot does not bode well for toy sales of that version of She-Ra. So this is going to be interesting to watch this, because I think how Mattel performs, or what happens to Mattel in the future, will determine what happens to He-Man and She-Ra going forward. So just a quick update. Very interesting news, and definitely something we're going to keep watching here at CLOWNFISH TV. Subscribe for more pop culture news, and ring the bell for notifications so you know when we post videos, because our schedule is really erratic. We'll talk to you later.